Hi friends! So as you all know, I had purchased a maxi Twilly slim last week, and I just had a bunch of you reach out to me asking how I usually style them. I don't go crazy in figuring out how these really big statement pieces or anything. I just kind of try to blend it in to my day-to-day wear to make it as casual as possible. I am a really casual girl. I love t-shirt and jeans and just throwing on a nice pair of shoes or something like that. So these Twillies or these scarves kind of work the same way for me. They are just to supplement the simple outfits that I usually put on already, to give it a splash of color or to give it just a little bit more dimension. So this is the pattern in color combo that I shared with you earlier in the week, and it's quite long. So I really like this compared to the smaller Twillies I have, and I love those for those functions, but this one is a really good one to really maximize my wear on them. And what I can see myself doing with this the most is to wear it to work, really. And if I have a shirt with a collar like this one, I'm actually in a dress, which is kind of like a button down dress. And I would just kind of use it almost like a silk feminine tie version. And I would just kind of casually, loosely tie it on like this to give it some dimension, color, and some flow to the outfit, and just kind of, you know, prance around the office like this. And you can also give it another knot around as well to secure it a little bit better. So I can see myself doing this the most, and I would probably, when I do tie it, I would kind of stagger the tips a little bit so that it's not like super straight across, but that's just my taste. So another thing that I would do, oh well, since I'm still in this neck area, and if I'm not wearing something that does have a collar, then I would probably just double it up around my neck for almost like a choker feel. So I would probably do something like this. Which is kind of similar to what I would do for the smaller Twillies, because I like wearing, as I mentioned, I like wearing just simple t-shirts and jeans. And when I do something like that, you know, t-shirts are just really boxy, simple tops. But to put some dimension to it and to put some style to it, really, I just like tying a little bit of a Twilly in there just to jazz it up a bit. So this is probably what I would do. And another way that I can see myself using this for is if I were to wear a dress like I am today, I would just kind of tie it around my waist. This way. Maybe turn it to the side a little bit. And really show that width of the maxi Twilly all around. And I can always turn this knot side all the way to the back as well, so that it's, you know, creates this nice color band across your waist to define your shape a little bit better. And then also have you know, part of the Twilly come out that way. And another way is to use this as a headband. And I've seen people do this and I really love how it looks, especially in the summer. Another Twilly I have is this one here, and I purchased this months ago. I believe it was either October or November. And this is the one that has a bunch of horses on it. And it's kind of duo colored on each side. And the tips are yellow, orange. And I love this one a lot too, the color combo and everything like that. Just kind of tie this on tightly around my neck so that it almost has this like choker feeling to it, and I quite like that. But because, you know, the length of this is really limited, it's not that long, other than putting it around my neck. It doesn't really go across my head as a bandana. Oh yes, it does. It actually can go, but then there's not, I don't get the ends kind of coming down from the side like I would for the maxi Twilly, so it's not quite as nice. And another way is to wrap it around your wrist like this a couple of times and then just tie it up. Honestly, I don't usually do that, but I've seen people do that nicely. But I think the most used way for these Twillys are to put them on handbags to protect the handles. So what I did with my other Twilly is to put it around my garden party that I had also unboxed way in the beginning, I think in October or November. And this was also the other Twilly that I did purchase. And I do realize that I promised to wrap this around the handle with all of you, but because the day I started using this, I was kind of in a rush out and I didn't have time to film it, but I wanted to protect these handles a little bit, just because this kind of a khaki army green color, I can see, you know, just natural oils getting transferred on it, and it'll darken over time, and I want to protect this as much as I can, and so I just kind of threw it on very quickly and didn't get to do that with you. But actually, now that we're here, I'm thinking we can do that in a moment, but I just kind of wanted to go through my other scarf options as well first before coming back to that. So another scarf that I do have, which is not Hermes, sorry, it's a little bit wrinkly. I've been using this lately because it's kind of in between weathers where it's warming up, but it's not super warm yet, so the wind can pick up, and this is a nice kind of a, you know, just a scarf to have when I'm going out, whether it's to wrap around my neck or around my shoulders. It's really helpful to keep me warm, even though it's not like super cold outside or anything like that. So for something like this, as you can see, I automatically made it into a triangle already, and what I usually do is throw it around my shoulders like this, and I either leave it this way and I kind of tuck it under the collars, or I just kind of loosely tie this up this way, which I think I do this most often just because it's easy and stylish at the same time, because it creates this little cute knot here that's easy. And then I have this little cape, like this mini cape in the back if my hair isn't blocking it, and it's just quite cute this way, just to add a little bit of a style. And this scarf, it's not Hermes, and it's Liberty London. It is 100% silk, and I love this scarf a lot actually, and I get a lot of use out of it just because of the kind of duotone colors. It's just easy to pair with anything. You can go with black, go with white, just about anything. So that's one version I would wear this. And another way is to also wear it this way, where it's almost like a handkerchief, and have these come out from the side as well. And this is also quite nice, and you know, and the cape that I had in the back, now it's on the front, and I do like that triangular form as well. And this, I don't know, there's something about silk. It's like the way it's woven. It's a really tight weave, so it does keep the body warm once your neck is all wrapped up like this with silk. And I also have a cashmere scarf that I recently unboxed. This is from Hermes, and it was part of my birthday haul when I picked up my Birkin. I purchased this as well. It's 100% cashmere, and I love this rocabar design, this striped rocabar design. It comes in various colors, but I super love this camel brown color tone because it goes with denim like really nicely, and I wear denim a lot. I have like a denim jacket, and it pairs like really nicely with it, and with the pops of colors that come through, it's just really amazing. So what I usually do, again, I keep it simple, and I would just fold it up a bit, just throw it over my shoulders, and if I have this under a jacket, I just kind of crisscross it that way lightly, and I have my jacket over it, and it'll just expose like this neck part, and it's almost like creating a faux collar to protect my neck, because I feel like that's how I warm up. If I warm up my neck, then like my whole entire body gets warm. So this can also happen like over a jacket too, where I can just kind of drape it over this way, and that keeps me warm enough as well. And then if I feel like I need to be more protected from the wind or something like that, then I can just loop it over and just tie it up this way, and it'll keep my neck quite warm. As you can see, the scarf has fringes, so it's really cute once it's tied up this way. So those are all my scarves and how I usually wear them. I mean, they're all kind of the same thing, where I'm throwing it over my shoulders, tying it up, some not tying, some, you know, some double knotting or something like that. And I just keep it as simple as possible to wear. So going back to my garden party and how this twilly was tied on, I think it would be fun if we did this together, right? I can go ahead and untie this and then go through on how I put this on. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. And the reason why I only have it on one handle is because at the time I got two twillies to put them on each of these handles, but after I put this on, I felt like, you know what, it's enough. It almost felt like it was a little bit of an overkill if I added the other one on. And the reason why I got this garden party is because of the simplicity of the design, and I really enjoy that understated look. And so just, you know, I feel like adding this twilly on already gives it that nice splash of color and style. And it's just fun to be able to turn it over this way and have like the plain original design of it, and not have the twilly on it as well. And also I feel like, and this is probably just me, but I almost feel like this garden party is so understated that it's almost like a canvas, an empty canvas, or a blank canvas, where you're able to style it and personalize it your own way with, you know, whether it be bag charms or twillies or whatnot, and your own colors too. But for some reason, my Birkin, the black Birkin, the noir back here, I just, I'm struggling wanting to put a twilly on it. And you know, because it wasn't exactly my first option for a Birkin color, and I do love it now, I just feel like, well, my whole game is all different, you know, and I just felt like this Birkin is so, it has its own statement already that I don't feel like I need to put anything else on it. You know, I love the simplicity of it, that I, you know, and perhaps it's the sangles and everything, it like all the hardware, it's already enough. And I just love to keep it in its original, simple, exquisite form. Now that I have the side by side, I think it's a good opportunity to compare these actually. These are both 30 sizes. This is the Birkin 30, this is the Garden Party 30. Somehow you can even see this on camera right away that this Garden Party looks so much smaller than the Birkin. And like, look, even if I turn it on the side, you can see that it's smaller, and you can tell that it's, you know, the Garden Party is smaller by height. My battery died. So what was I saying before? So yeah, so between the Garden Party 30 and the Birkin 30, the size difference is incredible. It just looks like two different sizes. And the Garden Party honestly gives me the vibe of what a Birkin 25 would be like, would feel like, in proportion. Now, I think the handle drop on the Garden Party might even be bigger, like might even be longer than the drop on the Birkin 25. And for the Birkin 25, I feel like that's a notorious issue, that the drop on the handle is quite snug. So for hand carry this way, it's not a problem, but like if you're trying to kind of sneak it on the crook of your arm like this, which I honestly would carry these bags, I would say 80–90% of the time this way, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle if the drop here if the depth is too small for that. And I have really small hands and wrists, but if it's going to be troublesome to just get in and out of, that's not really my thing. I'm all about you know, keeping things easy. So for me, I almost prefer this Garden Party, not almost, I do prefer this Garden Party 30 over a Birkin 25, and I feel like the Birkin 30 is really the perfect size for me. And this is no, you know, no disrespect to the Birkin 25. A lot of people out there love that bag, and I see the cute, you know, charm to it, but for me, B30 is the way to go. So to start wrapping this around the handle, what I did is, and I didn't learn this from like BSA or anything like that, I just kind of worked around what I thought it should be like. And what I do is I find a middle point of where the Twilly, you know, the Twilly's midsection is, and I start on the top of the handle where it's the midpoint of where it'll, you know, the whole thing wraps off to the base of the handles. So I just do something that creates this. Let me just make sure it's smooth under here. And I just kind of do this kind of a crisscross wrap thing on the top. And I just start working my way on one side down to the base. And I just make sure to give it a tug as I go so that it's wrapped neatly and tightly on the handle. And give it once more. And once I get to the length that I like the leftover strip to be, that's where I stop. And what I do is I just tuck it through the loop and I give it a good pull. And then I start on the other side of it, and up here I just make sure that things are tight against the top. Give this side a little bit of a pull to make sure, and start my way down the other side as well. Just giving it a pull here and there just to make sure that it's tight enough. And then once again, once I get to the length that I want, I just make sure that I stop there and I kind of create a loop with my fingers like this, and I throw it across. It's kind of like tying a knot around the handle, and I just make sure that it comes through the loop, give it a pull, and then just kind of fix these up here, and you're set. So that's how I put that together, and since that kind of worked out really quickly, let's do the other handle too. And initially I had bought this one to kind of have a mismatched two side. So once again, start up here, make sure that the middle part is on top and separates the two sides well, and I create a crisscross here and start working my way down, giving it a pull here and there. And then now that I'm at the base, I just put this through the loop, give it a tug, start on the other side, and once I get onto the top, I just want to make sure that it's tight, so I give it a tug and start making my way down the other side. And once again, I'm at the finish line, so just throw that into the loop, give it a pull, and we're all set. Kind of looked at the camera while doing this, so it's a little bit lopsided, but just to fix it up a little. And then you have two sides that are completely, you know, it feels different because the color combos are different. So you get kind of a brighter cherry side here, and you get like a really cool side here. If I wanted to wrap both handles, that's how it'll look. And this, you know, isn't bad either. This is what I set out to do. It's just I felt like having one side done was already good enough, but I actually might sport this around for a little bit like this. So somehow for my Birkin, as I was mentioning before, because I already have like sangles here and all of this hardware in the front, I don't know, I feel like I want to keep this as simple as possible, just the way it is. And I love carrying it this way, by the way. What I did was I kept these sangles secured, and the top flap, I can't exactly take it out now unless I undo them, but I basically tucked this flap in, but I kept the sangles on, if that makes sense, so that I still have access directly inside my bag this way. and it doesn't, so yeah, so I just reach in like this, and I don't even have to open all my sangles to get in and out, because like the leather is soft enough for me to get in and out like this. And I don't have this like wide opened you know, tote bag, which, you know, I don't mind. I'm not somebody that needs to like cover everything up and wrap everything up like that. But I think it's just like a nice element, that like a different way to carry it, where I feel like most Birkin carriers would just have it wide open, and kind of like it this way, so that the sides are neatly tucked in, and just the sangles are in order. They're not flip-flopping around. And I don't know, somehow I kind of think that it keeps its shape this way better too. So also it's because of this leather. It's not the Togo leather that tends to be a little bit more slouchier, and I love that look too. I love the Togo slouchiness, but because this isn't exactly a slouch, it's soft, but it doesn't slouch. So because of that, I feel like this is almost like a more structured look just by the leather. And so I kind of, you know, I quite like how just putting the sangles together, holding it together like that, and having the space to reach in and out is. And but you know, because of all of that, I just don't feel like any of these Twillys are needed. And you know, some people are like, oh, you can put whatever Twillys you like, or whatever bag charms you like, as long as it's not orange. But to me, you know, it's really not a big deal if it just works. You know, some are just, it doesn't work. It's gonna look a little bit too Halloween. But honestly, I think it depends on the right Twilly, and sometimes, you know, if the right orange comes along the way, then it just might work. But in terms of just, you know, adding a Twilly on, I don't know, I don't feel the need for this. I like to keep the handles bare, and I feel like because it's black, it's well protected already by color, by default, you know. And if anything, my new Twilly, I feel like the color combination here might go very well with this in my taste. I don't feel like the other colors blend with it as well. So I do like how this is kind of like a deeper colorful tones against the black, and I kind of like that. So I don't think I'm gonna go and wrap it, especially if this is like a thicker, wider Twilly. But what I see myself doing is, if I were to carry this scarf out, I might just want to, I haven't taken the tag off yet because I haven't used it. I might just kind of tie a bow around here, like just a big floppy bow, and carry this around this way, you know. And if I get cold, if I just want something around my neck, I can just, you know, take it off and throw it around my neck. And you know, I quite like how easy this is. So this is something that I might end up doing. But in terms of having Twillys wrapped around, I honestly don't think I'm gonna go and do that. And the only thing that I am looking out for that I potentially might put on is a black rodeo. So I'm interested in having something that's maybe like a black on black tone, but I'm not interested in jazzing this up in a way where I'm, you know, adding pops of colors or anything like that. I just feel like that's a little bit more expected in a lot of ways, and I just wanted to do something kind of quietly special, because I mean, I kind of like understated looks a lot, and to me, I like to personalize it that way, that it has its own characters already, that whatever goes with it. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this Twilly scarf video, and how I've kind of poorly put these Twillys on. I can do a better job maybe off camera a little bit. I was half looking at the camera, half doing this, and looking at it outwards. But anyway, I have both of these Twillys on. I think I'm going to sport this bag with both of these Twillys for a while. I'm still on the hunt for a possible bag charm black rodeo for this, but it's not a must. Whatever, you know, if my essay can help, then great. If not, then I'm fine just the way it is as well. Happy to add this new edition of the Maxi Twilly to my collection, and you know, I'm just really excited about all these new pieces that I'm adding to my collection, and I hope you have enjoyed me walking you through all of my ideas on how I use Twillys scarves, including my cashmere scarf as well. So it would be super helpful if you guys can like my videos. That always gives me more oomph to create more content for you. And you know what, I've really enjoyed most recently the last couple of weeks. I've been receiving a lot of private messages from everyone. I really enjoy chatting with you all. You know, it started to feel, you know, when I started this channel, I wasn't expecting much. I was just overjoyed with a lot of these new pieces that I was adding to my collection, and I just wanted to share. Not all of my friends are interested in you know, these things, and you know, these houses that I shop at. So it's just nice to be able to get in touch with people, like-minded people that are interested in similar houses, and just pitch around ideas and different tastes as well. And it's quite interesting because I mean, I love it all. And so all of your comments are great. You know, I love seeing comments from you guys, even if it's just like, hey, you know, congratulations, or hello, or something like that. I really enjoy that too. And so yeah, so continue that. I mean, I really enjoy the comments, like I said, and also, you know, even reaching out to me and kind of forming some new friendships here. You know, I really didn't expect that to happen. I don't know, I wasn't expecting anything, you know, as I was creating these videos, I wasn't, I don't have an agenda, I don't have anything planned out. I'm not, you know, like a full-time YouTuber by any means. I am just kind of filming along the way and trying to work on my own personal skills as well. Like, I'm not the greatest presenter, I'm not the greatest speaker, but through these excitements, I'm kind of practicing that, and also sharing my excitement with everyone, and also connecting with you too. So, you know, that's yeah, that's pretty much it. I just a big thank you, and just my appreciation for you know, subscribing to my channel and keeping up with me. So I will hopefully post something new soon, and again, let me know on what you like, what you don't like about you know, what I'm doing, and it'll be a driving force of what I can plan out for you guys, and you know, and have and kind of be able to wrap my head around what content you guys are looking for. So all right, so that's all for today, and I hope you just enjoyed everything, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.